This guided releasing session is designed to help you take the sting out of rejection. We all encounter rejection, and we know that fear around rejection or fear of disapproval, any of those negative associations that we have about putting ourselves into situations where someone will disapprove of us, they will be angry with us, they'll be mean to us. We tend to avoid the very actions that could help us grow our business, increase our income, and achieve our goals. So we want to remove those negative associations. That way, when we're taking those important actions to achieve our most critical goals in order to achieve our dreams, we are doing it with a clean energy. We don't have any weird energy that is off-putting to others. We don't come across as being spammy or manipulative. We come into those types of situations with other people in a much more empowering way, a much more respectful way, and we're able to handle some of those negative responses from other people, not because what you did was wrong, but perhaps you triggered something within that other person. So it's important to understand that you will make mistakes. You may sometimes say or do the wrong thing. And when we are reprimanded for those things, it's going to hurt. But instead of internalizing that as it's not safe, I shouldn't do this anymore, I have to protect myself by not ever putting myself out there again, we want to be able to learn from those types of experiences, become better, become more successful, become more empowered. So all of this is a very holistic approach to achieving your goals with greater success and greater confidence. And now we're actually going to begin the releasing process, so make sure you are not distracted or disturbed. Your presence is essential to really maximizing the effectiveness of this process. Now take a couple of deep, intentional cleansing breaths. Taking a few moments to center yourself. As you breathe in, breathing in a little more relaxation, a little more comfort, more inner peace, a greater sense of well-being. And when you exhale, when you release, you're breathing out, releasing, relaxing, and letting go. And this begins to happen automatically, so that with each breath that you take in, you're breathing in more relaxation, more comfort, a greater sense of inner security and inner stability. As you breathe out, you are naturally, easily, automatically releasing and letting go of any negative thoughts or feelings. Breathing it out, breathing right through it, and allowing that energy to pass through, feeling it, releasing as you relax and let go. Now remember, we're always releasing energy. We're always processing out emotions. Each day, we're experiencing many, many different thoughts and feelings, most of which we naturally process out, release, and let go of. But when we are hurt, when we are triggered, when something is causing us significant stress, we tend to hold on to that energy. And when we're trying to go through our day, we're trying to be productive and we're holding on to that lower vibrational frequency, it will negatively affect all areas of our life. So we want to intentionally now begin to breathe out, process out, release, and let go of things in your present life as well as from your past that have been tripping you up, creating fears, doubts, insecurities. We want to start to neutralize, releasing and letting go of old limiting beliefs. And we're specifically going to begin to release and let go of some of your old disempowering beliefs about rejection. When I say the word rejection, notice what comes up for you. It might be a memory. It might just be a feeling. Regardless of what you experience when you think of rejection, notice that there is a feeling in your body and we want to start to process it out. As we go through this process, I want you to remember all energy will leave unless we are subconsciously holding on to it, usually because the subconscious mind believes that somehow we're protecting ourselves by holding on to a fear. When we release and let go of that unnecessary, irrational fear, then we can become more empowered, more rational, and we can transcend past limitations. So going into that feeling now, that feeling associated with rejection, I want you to say yes to allowing the energy to come all the way up and let it flow through. Allow it to actually process out, breathing through it. Just like when you go through your normal day-to-day experiences, someone may say something that triggered you ever so slightly, and you find yourself naturally breathing it out, releasing and letting it go. And that happens automatically because it's natural, it's normal, it's the way we're designed. If you feel any resistance to letting those feelings associated with rejection, if you feel any resistance to letting it go, it feels like you're holding on, I want you to remember, we can always let go of just a little bit, just a little bit. The subconscious mind will always let go of a little bit. A little bit is safe. So can you give yourself permission to say yes to letting a little bit of that feeling go, a little bit of that fear, just a little bit. Just say yes to releasing a little bit. Now that you've released a little bit, the subconscious mind will allow you to release a little bit more. So pull up some more of that feeling of rejection, that old hurt, that old sting, and just say yes to letting a little bit more come up, letting a little bit more pass through, breathing it out, releasing and letting it go. The beauty of saying yes to letting the energy come up, that yes is the opposite of what you normally do with old limiting beliefs and fears. When we experience a fear, our tendency is to repress. We're actually saying no to letting the feeling come up and allowing it to pass through. That's why we keep recreating the same experiences, the same triggers over and over again. This time we're going to do it differently. Instead of defaulting to repression and saying, no, I don't want to experience this uncomfortable feeling, we recognize that by saying yes to allowing the feeling to come up and letting it pass through, we can release it with ease and grace. And we can actually process it out very comfortably. So instead of reliving the pain, reliving the trauma, reliving those uncomfortable feelings over and over and over again, this time we're actually going to acknowledge it is what it is. I've been holding on to this fear. The fear is not serving me. It will not help me achieve my goals and dreams. I can be more objective about this. I can be more empowered about this. I am willing to release and let this go. So now what are those old negative associations with putting yourself out there, with asking for the sale, with letting it be known who you are, what you do, and doing that with confidence? Those old fears, let's pull some more of that up. Remember, it does not have to be painful. It does not have to be scary. This stuff is already in your subconscious mind and frequently coming up, and you just keep pushing it back down and it keeps popping back up, and you keep repressing and it keeps popping back up. Now let's actually release and let it go. So pull up some more of that old fear of rejection. Just say yes to the feelings. Let the feelings come up. Let the feelings pass through. We are not saying yes to the thing we do not want. We are simply saying, yes, I acknowledge that these feelings are here. It is not serving me to hold on to this anymore. There is a better way. I am willing to let these feelings come up, let these feelings pass through, to release and let them go. And remember, if you're feeling any resistance, just say yes to releasing a little bit, just a little bit. The subconscious mind will always, every time, release a little bit. And once you've released a little bit, you can pull up a little bit more and you can release a little more. You will find that as you continue to do this, at some point, you're ready to release and let it all go. And when you do, you'll actually feel a shift within yourself. You can think about that old memory. You can think about what you used to be afraid of, and you'll notice that there is no longer any strong negative emotional charge. You feel more calm. You feel more empowered. You feel more secure. That becomes the new foundation for you, so that as you grow into the more and more successful, confident person that you are becoming, you have a solid foundation for the new skills, the new way of being this successful, empowered, confident business owner. Pull up some more of that old fear of rejection. Think about those things that you've been avoiding, those things that you do not feel very comfortable or confident doing, even though you know they would help you be more successful. Recognize that there is a fear, a feeling, an old limiting belief, and we're just going to acknowledge it is what it is. It's in your subconscious mind. It may very likely, in fact, be completely irrational. It does not need to be your reality. Are you willing to let the feelings come up and start to process them out, release and let them go? Saying yes to the feelings, let the feelings come up, let the feelings pass through, breathing it out, releasing and letting it go. Look again at those things that you've been avoiding because of fear of rejection, fear of disapproval. Notice that there's still some more energy there. Pull it up, say yes to it. Be very honest with yourself about what you're avoiding, what you're afraid of. Remember, fear is just energy, stored up energy, usually based on some old conclusion that you came to when you were feeling insecure or disempowered. You caused yourself to form a belief about yourself that is holding you back, slowing you down, and it's time to release and let it go. So let those feelings come up. Say yes to the fear. Say yes to it. The fear cannot hurt you any more than it has been in the past. In fact, if you're willing to release it, it will stop hurting you. So let it come up, let it pass through, breathe it out, release, and let it go. You may need to continue releasing on what's coming up for you, but we're going to transition. So if you need to pause this audio and continue releasing, go ahead and do so. But if you're ready for the transition, just follow along. I want you to think about yourself as the confident, empowered, courageous, successful business person that you know you truly desire to be. Think about yourself, putting yourself out there in bigger, bolder, more confident ways, becoming more and more successful. And I want you to just notice if that evokes any feelings of resistance, fear, or if you become aware of any doubt. Whatever you're feeling, no matter what it is, you just simply acknowledge it is what it is. There's just some old programs there. I'm going to let that stuff come up and I'm going to let it pass through. I'm going to breathe through it, releasing and letting it go, letting go of the fear, being honest about the old negative beliefs. Let it come up, breathe through it, release and let it go, processing it out. Think again about yourself, being confident, putting yourself out there. Notice what comes up. Breathing through it, releasing and letting go of any negative feelings. We want to get to the place within ourselves where we can think about what we really want. Feel incredible so that you feel the smile on your face when you're thinking about it. You feel the enthusiasm, the passion. You feel the confidence in every cell in your body. You see yourself in your mind taking bold, courageous actions. You see yourself growing and thriving in your life and in your business. Now, as we conclude this releasing session, remember you can revisit this anytime, as many times as you feel you want or need. It can help you through any acute feelings of rejection. It can also help you to process out, release, and let go of old patterns, old limiting beliefs, and old deep-rooted fears. So revisit this as many times as you need until you feel that you've mastered this. You have within yourself so much potential. Commit to yourself to achieve all of your goals and dreams.